So this episode of Supergirl, entitled Welcome to Earth, introduced us to a bunch of different Superman mytho-related characters as well as some new ones. The first, of course, being the Daxamite MonEl, who arrived on Earth at the end of Season 1 and now is looked to be a main player in Season 2. Of course, people who know MonEl know him as a Superman type character from the planet Daxam, which is like a sister planet to Krypton, and its people are primarily humanoid with superpowers, basically like Superman. They're pretty much Kryptonians, basically. The only real difference is that instead of being weakened by kryptonite, they are weakened by lead. Now, in the comics, MonEl actually first ran into Superboy when he was around Smallville and everything, and then later on went into the future with the Legion and everything, which I think maybe they'll end up doing in this show, because I have it on good authority that the Legion will actually be appearing in this show. They did change it, of course, to fit the show, like with Kara finding him. I'm kind of upset that like Superman didn't get involved a little bit more in the plot with MonEl when he was in his episodes. Like, he really just kind of checked on him and was like, oh yeah, he's okay, he's cool. It was good within the confines of the show. The one thing that I'm really weirded out about is that they didn't really keep his xenophobic nature, as like Daxamites are in the comics heavily xenophobic of other races and they like to keep to themselves and everything, whereas in this episode, which was really about the whole alien threat and everything on Earth, saw Kara being the kind of xenophobic one towards Daxamites and everything, so it's kind of like a role reverse sort of thing. And speaking of the whole alien thing, that was primarily the plot of this week's episodes, which saw the president, played by Wonder Woman Linda Carter, arrive in National City and speak with Supergirl and planning on signing a treaty that would allow safe haven for superhumans, aliens, that sort of thing. And yeah, it was a pretty cool storyline, and they obviously suspect MonEl is the one trying to assassinate the president, since something was attacking them that had heat vision and they didn't know really what. So that leads to the introduction of another Superman mytho character, in that of Maggie Sawyer, who runs the SCU, or the Special Crimes Unit, in Metropolis, and in this show she's part of the National City Police Department, and yeah, she's a pretty cool character. She's pretty much what she is in the comics. She's just a cop who's kind of hard-nosed and knows how to do her job, and I think this is the second live action appearance for her. I know she was in Smallville, but in Smallville they didn't really use her that much, which is a shame, because she's quite a cool character. I really liked her in the comics, and she seems to be doing a pretty good job here. And her and Alex really have a relationship in this episode, and they sort of work together to find out this alien menace, and it leads to a bar that's run by and for aliens, which is really cool, which leads us to our next character, who was only revealed at the end of this episode, and that character is Miss Martian, who John Jones actually finds there and is actually kind of surprised to see her. It was really cool that they're bringing this character in. The only downside is that I think because of the first two episodes with Superman and Metallo and all like the big special effects they had in that this episode really suffered, because I know I saw a lot of people after the episode aired on Twitter and Facebook and everything always complaining about the fire effects in this episode, and I've kind of got to agree with them. They didn't look very good. The transformations for John and Megan were kind of weird. They kind of blur in, like really didn't look right. They try to hide it in shadows and everything like you usually do, but didn't really work out very well. And I really hope in the next couple episodes it picks up, because I know, like, looking back at like episode 2 where Martian Manhunter showed up at the end with Superman, like he looked really cool in that, but in this he looked really weird. I don't know what it was, whether they didn't really have the budget to do it properly and they just sort of had to cut corners here and there. But other than that, it was a really cool episode. I really liked it. We also get a little bit of a twist with the president, which I'm not going to spoil. It's really cool. I know people saying like I know IGN are saying like it's Cyborg Superman, but that's one of the most retarded things I've ever heard, but I'm not going to spoil what it was. You just have to watch the episode and find out. It's nothing really too big. I imagine they're going to go a little bit more into detail a little later on in the season. I think Linda Carter's going to show up a little bit more as well, which is really great. She's a great actor, and I'm really glad that she's actually president in this universe, and she makes a reference to her invisible jet as Wonder Woman, which I thought was really cool. All in all, a really cool episode, a really relevant episode as well, with the whole race relations sort of thing. I'm going to give this episode an 8 out of 10. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my latest video, hope you enjoyed it. While you're here, why not check out another one of my reviews, like and subscribe my channel for more reviews and videos, and follow me on Twitter at Matt_FOS. Thanks guys, and I will see you all next time.